Hello, everybody. Welcome to late night retro talks. Doing this at like midnight right now. Ugh, I got like, spacers in my mouth, all kinds of stuff. Phew, getting my braces. Feels good. Feels good. I'm very happy for that. Anyway, so I'm here. I'm still alive. If you got all liked any of my videos, I haven't posted anything for months, and I've been and before that I posted just like a bunch of weird stuff just all over the place. Been explanation for that, pretty busy in Alaska, preparing for winter, all kinds of stuff. It gets crazy, and some things went down, just things went down. So yeah, here I am. So I just did the podcast because I haven't been enjoying recording Minecraft. It's not enjoyable for me. Maybe that's just me right now, but it's not enjoyable. So I want to do this because I've always had some thoughts, ideas I just wanted to get out. And I guess we'll just start with that. I've got music blasting in my ears, helps me focus because I'm freaking out right now. But yeah, what to talk about first? There's a lot I can talk about, but it's a rabbit hole. I'm an overthinker. It just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But I think something that's been on my mind a lot lately is I got back into Pokemon recently, and some people might say that's cringy, and you're right. It is a little cringy. A 16-year-old getting back into Pokemon and not have been into Pokemon. It's a little sudden, but the story goes as I was at GameStop and I was pre-ordering a game, the Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which if you haven't played it, I highly recommend you do. I've only played like maybe 3-ish hours, but it's really good. It's actually a really good game. I like it. My opinion so far, I've only completed the first world. It does pretty good justice to the first one, like really holds up, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I was at GameStop and I was, for fun, just grabbed a Pokemon pack for nostalgia's sake, just oh, what can I get? Blah, blah, blah. So I grabbed one and then I opened it later and I was just like, the wave of nostalgia was so great. I really missed it. And honestly, if you look back to my records, I'm really stupid. Like, I'm an introvert, so it's always hard to make friends, but I remember back when I was younger, I would make friends by buying Pokemon or getting Pokemon, and all my Megas and EXs and stuff, I would give away for free to my friends or trade them for really, derpy, Pokemon that I just thought looked cool. They manipulated me, and I can see that now. Back then, I was just like, I'm making friends, and I was happy. Mother forbids me from buying Pokemon, so I kind of have to buy it sparingly now. But I'm not hardcore or anything. Kind of just doing it for nostalgia's sake, just getting cards I want, whatnot. Yeah, but it got me thinking, what happened to the Pokemon community? So, a couple years ago, I would go regularly to this thing for school, and I could get into that, but all the kids there, about 12 through to my age then, which was about 13, 14, and there were 10, 11-year-olds. Yeah, that's right. I was there, and they liked Pokemon, all of them, and they got me and Frogman back into Pokemon for a short while. I came into it similar to how I did years before, not giving away my cards for free this time, obviously. I've grown since then. But I was just hey, I got this really cool card that I remember people used to always want, I could probably get something pretty decent for this. And But nowadays, like I still remember going up to like other kids and being like, hey, you want this card? That like kind of like that card you got there, and they'd look at me, weird look, and they'd be like, why? That card's like, the card you have is useless. Or like, if I had an GX, or, whatever stuff they got now, they'd walk up and be like, hey, I like that one. What can I do for it? And I would be about to say something, or like I'd be like, hey, I like that one. That one's cool. And they'd whip out their phones and look up the cash value of the card that I had. And honestly, it kind of hurt my retro heart. It just, like, I don't know how to describe it. It physically hurt to see that a 10-year-old was whipping out their phone because they wanted the card for money. To me, that's just not how you do it, at least at that age. I can get, like, at my age now, or like an adult who collects Pokemon, like, alright, one sec, let me pull out my phone and see how much that card's worth, give us something both a good deal, get that card. I get that, but a 10-year-old, I remember when I was 10, and I still remember the 16-year-olds in my roundabout and how we used to do everything, and how all of us 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds worshipped those teenagers because they had the coolest cards that weren't even megas or EXs. It was amazing. It really was something back then. But now I'm coming here, like, hey, I'm the 16-year-old. I'm cool, Like, I wasn't 16 at the time, but I'm cool. I got a little street cred. I know I've been in this arena before, but I'm the completely new guy. So that was a bit of a culture shock for me, just how much it's changed, and really saddened me. And then playing Pokemon like battles, the way I did it back when I was younger was you had your card and no status effect was in place, no energies, no item cards, nothing except for potions for healing and similar stuff like that, and then certain status effects that would directly affect like health or defense or whatever, like directly affected the Pokemon in a way that can only be used with that Pokemon, if that makes sense. I'm probably not explaining it well, but it was just like, and it really was like who had the best card or who went first really decided the battle. But walking up, kids got their mats out and they've got their whole thing set up, and I'm like, I don't even know how to play the game. And this is more of a, like, I get it, that's how the game has been played and supposed to be played, but it still felt so not happy. It felt so forced. It wasn't. And again, I get it. I'm an old guy now, pretty much, in comparison to them. It's not how it's done anymore, but still, it kind of hurt. It just really hurt. It really hurt. I think, excuse me. I think another part of it was the fact that I still didn't fit in something like that I knew so much about. Like, I watched the shows growing up. I've seen all of the shows. I first started with Pokemon by playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire on my 3DS, and I'll never forget how great that game was, and it's, in my opinion, still the best of the games. Of the ones I've played, I've only played like from then on. I think I've only played the Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, and the Alola region ones, because I don't play the games much, because again, the Alpha Sapphire was like the last good one in my opinion, like that gen, and I just can't get a hold of X and Y series ones. They come by so little where I'm at. Anyway, that's not important, but like, my big question still is, what happened? What changed did I miss in my hiatus between the 8, 9-year-old me to the 12, 13-year-old me. What happened? What did I miss? Because, again, no one seems to love it anymore. People just want, ooh, this will be a fortune one day. And again, I get that, but a 10-year-old who won't trade me a Pokemon just because it's not worth the money to them. Or, I remember Pokemon were like bombs, at schools or something. Like if a teacher found one, it was red alert, confiscate them immediately. Like, I just remember how many times, I saw a kid, get their Pokemon collection, that bundle of cards and rubber bands confiscated. And it just doesn't feel like it happens anymore. I remember, there'd be the deals in the back of the bus and all that kind of stuff. And that's just what it was. It's just what it was. Maybe you guys can tell me what happened. Just what happened? It doesn't make sense to me how something like this just happens so suddenly. I mean, no one cares about Mega EXs anymore, or EXs. Like they want their, BX Max or whatever they got these days. Honestly, I don't know. I feel so old. Wow, I feel old. That's my thoughts on it. I mean, what happened? What happened to just, that card's a really cool card, or like, ooh, I really love that Pokemon from the show. What can I give you for that card? Or I remember probably the most, on my roundabout, the most popular card, the one that people would offer tons for, and even I saw sometimes like dollar bills flying for, I don't know what card exactly, but it was an Arceus. Everyone wanted Arceus because it was like, oh, you have God? You have the God Pokemon? Everyone wanted that, and me, I stood no chance, but that was something everybody wanted. And I remember it was a 16-year-old guy who had it. I can't remember his name, but he had it, and just, wow, everyone wanted it. It was, for everyone, the coolest thing they had ever seen. It was just, wow. So I'm just baffled by the fact that no one cares about the Pokemon cards for the Pokemon. It just baffles me. Yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on it. It's just insane. I just want to know what happened, and this is me hallucinating, but perhaps what I'm saying right now could get out there and change some group of kids' perspective on it. I mean, I doubt there's a 10, 12-year-old watching this right, or listening to this right now and like gonna take this to heart, but I mean, if they do, that's amazing. I mean, really, like, enjoy the Pokemon for the Pokemon. Don't be in it for the money, at least not yet. If I could leave you with something, it would be, enjoy it the way you want to. I'm not saying my way is the best way. I'm just saying, don't be after the money yet. Best thing you can do is keep collecting Pokemon, but trade them because you want that card, not because of the money, but because you like the card. I don't care if it's because you think it looks cool, or in a battle it'd be really great. Whatever your reason is, besides money, do it for that. And again, if you want to do it for money, do it for money. I can't stop you. But just enjoy the Pokemon for the Pokemon, and take good care of your cards. Take good care of them. Keep the good ones. You can sell your bulk. You probably sell it to like younger 8-year-olds. $5 or $10 a shoebox. That was always good money back in the day for the teenagers. Keep good care of them, because one day they may very well be worth a fortune. When you're 20, 30, 40, there's your small fortune. Or you can continue to keep them and just reminisce in the retro nostalgia. Just remember the good old days and be happy. Well, that has been a late night retro talk. I am tired. My mouth hurts from these spacers. Whew. That really hurts. Man. Thank you for listening. I hope I'm not annoying. Probably am. Anyway, I hope I'm not annoying. I'm new to this. Just spare me, please. So, I will see you guys on the next talk. Ciao.